All right, so look, I got another good story. It's a longer story, but it's actually influential for my decisions for today. So, when I was in school, my freshman year, I had a mentor. I ain't gonna say her name on here, but it was a lady. She graduated from Indiana University in Bloomington. She, very, very smart lady, very, very business lady, smart as hell. To be my mentor, you damn near got to be some kind of smart, because I probably would have, kicked rocks from me. But anyway, she told me about this position where I could be on different committees and stuff like that. Incidentally, a professor told me about a committee where I'll be able to decide if the tuition goes up for the school. It was called the Bond Revenue Committee. So it was a bunch of people, let's say it was 15 or 20 people, and we was all on this committee. It was a housing director, the assistant housing director, a couple other people that was actually work for the school. So it was filled with school personnel and students. Anyway, we went to one of these meetings one day, and they was talking about how they was going to raise the price of tuition. And I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to vote for that. And they was like, look, if everybody got to vote yes for this, because if they don't, then we got to take this to the board of trustees and we got to do this and that. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm a first generation college student. I shouldn't even really be here. I grew up in the hood, you feel me? I shouldn't even be here. But to think about, if I make this decision that it's going to raise the price of tuition for kids that's going to come to school after I'm done or after I leave, or I might transfer or something like that, I don't really think morally I can do that. They was like, man, well, we wouldn't even put you on this committee if we thought that was going to be a big problem. I'm gonna say they probably put me on this committee because I was going to be the only one to speak up about it. The other students, they definitely know this is wrong too. I mean, I think it's wrong. And they was like, well, just think it over. Your tuition cost is going to stay the same no matter what, because you already, been going to school. This just is going to raise the housing and tuition for the kids that's going to come. I was like, man, I don't think I can do that, because it could be other kids from Chicago. It could be other, from Chicago that come down here just like I did, that ain't got nothing, that ain't have nothing, that just trying to get an education. And they was like, well, think about that too, but this is a very important decision and blah, blah, blah. So I thought about it, and I was like, well, the way the situation was going in the state of Illinois at the time, they wasn't giving enough money to the schools. They would say they wasn't giving enough money from public funding from the state to get to the school. And they was talking about they was going to go into some kind of financial crisis. And it's merch. That shit did end up happening, because they elected Bruce Rauner, who didn't sign a budget for I don't know how long. It was some years though. Weird as hell. Being that as it may, I ended up going back and I voted for it, and they passed that measure, and the price of tuition is fucking skyrocketed in East Illinois right now. But the point of this story is, the people that I met that was on the committee that actually worked for the school ended up helping me out later on when I had to come back to school. I won't say how they helped me out, because I don't want to put that on the internet, but they end up helping me out. So I'm gonna say this story is about more networking than anything. Do a whole lot of networking and try to meet people and try to bust a move. I mean, the only thing that survives is strong people, but you gotta have strong people around you as well. You gotta have good people in good places and have those people around you as well. You can't just have no anybody around you and think you're gonna be able to survive or be successful. The most successful people, I'm gonna say, is because they put other people around them that's successful as well. So don't be hanging with no rats and no, some people be rats and snakes. Don't be hanging with no snakes. Okay?